We're recording. Cunfon has sent me another electric scooter. You may remember they sent me another one just a few months ago now. This is the new and improved. Let's open it up, take a look inside, and then I'm gonna take it out for a spin and do a full review. Lots of tools, user manual, and it looks like some reflectors. We have a charging brick, and it's a 2.5 amp hour charging brick. Really nicely packaged. The orange accents are a really nice touch. Comes with an Allen key tool, plus the 4 screws are in the bag with the user manual. Let's turn it on, take a look. Power is over here. So we've got the power on and off on one side. We've got a thumb throttle on the right-hand side. The display is beautiful, saying it's 2-wheel drive in race mode. Indicators, left and right, nice and clear so you know it's on. Headlight, park mode, eco mode, sport, and race. And here's the horn. Let's hear what that sounds like. Holy jumping, that's loud. Front and rear mechanical brakes. Under deck lighting is pretty spectacular. All I have to do now is make sure it's charged up, check the tires, double check the brakes, and then I'm gonna do a full review. And that's coming up now. Well, this is a fun day. The buck stops here. We've got a buck in the background. It's the dual motor Cunfon, which is what's important here today. And there are a couple of things that I think are gonna be really, really, really important. If you're a big guy looking for an electric scooter that's gonna be able to get you up some steep hills, I think this might just be your ticket. And I mean really big guys. Like I'm 265, 6 feet tall. I'm talking about guys that are a lot heavier. And I'm gonna explain that a little bit later on. But what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna ride around Victoria here. I'm gonna stop at a few points here. Eric's behind the camera. We're gonna capture some of the beauty of Victoria. And I'm also gonna share with you what I like and what I don't like about the Cunfon RZ1000. One of the things I wanted to share with you is just the amazing value that I'm seeing in some of these electric scooters and e-bikes these days. And the Cunfon is absolutely one of those. Like it's mind-blowing to me that you can get an electric scooter with everything that's on this for the price. So I'm not gonna get into the pricing. The pricing is something you can click on the link down below and take a look at. But let me just go through some of the specifications. It's got twin 1200 watt motors, which makes it absolutely scream. And yes, I'm gonna be doing the Hill of Death here. I just wanna show you what that looks like. I'm actually gonna do the Hill of Death from a standing start because I think it's that powerful that it's just gonna go, I think it's just gonna rocket right up the side of that hill. There are some areas where they've saved. They saved on the brakes. They're not hydraulic brakes. They've saved in a couple other areas, but the parts where it really matters, that power and the size of the battery, it's a 48 volt system, but it's a 24 amp hour battery, which is huge. And in fact, speaking to that, if you would like me to do a range test on this, put that comment down below, maybe give me a like. But if you'd like me to compare this scooter to another dual motor electric scooter out there, can you give me some ideas of which one you think I should compare it to? There are some things I don't like about it, which, that's part of it. And I'm gonna come to that a little bit later on in the video, but I'm just blown away by some of the things that it actually does come with. So further to that, let me continue on. And our next stop, somewhere in Victoria, I'm gonna share with you everything about the lighting, the brakes, and this beautiful display. So what I'm really liking about this is the fact that yes, it has brakes, but they're not hydraulic brakes. You gotta save some money somewhere. So there are 2 mechanical brakes, front and rear, of course. It's on 10-inch tires, which is really quite comfortable. And this is something that I am blown away by from a value proposition perspective, and that is it's got full suspension. Boom, look at this. I mean, front dual shocks at the front, dual hidden shocks at the back, just taking out all the bumps, which again, I think that's extraordinary for such a budget scooter. It's got the budget bell, which is, there's no bell. It does have a little buzzer, which is pretty obnoxious. Here it comes. But another thing it has going for it, it's got indicators, left and right indicators, which again, you don't see that very often. Now the indicators I don't think are in the best position, that being, unless you're driving kind of beside it, you don't really see it as easily. It does have indicators. It's even got deck lighting down the side here. I'm going to show you some B-roll you're watching right now of me riding around at night just to show you. And it's even got a nice bright headlight. Again, could it be brighter? Sure. But you know what? To have that included in an electric scooter in 2024, I think it's extraordinary good value. So I'm going to keep going. Again, we're just enjoying this beautiful weather here. Got kites flying, we've got blue skies, got sunshine. I'm in t-shirt and shorts, which is not something I get to do every single day while I live on the island. So I am loving it. Anywho, I also like the saying on the side of this. It actually says, chasing the future, which this Cunfon is absolutely chasing the future. I just think this is an awesome way to travel around the town. Let me show you the folding mechanism, because the folding mechanism on this is one of my favorites. In fact, only one other scooter does folding like this, and that's the new KQi 3 Pro, and the other new KQIs, which I can't remember them all, they have this folding mechanism. But let me just show you. Super simple at the front. I'm just gonna release it, pull it back, and I can never do this left-handed, right-handed, I don't know why. Anyway, pull it back, and when I put it down, it snaps into place automatically. There's no me clicking or lifting things, and then I get to pick it up and walk away. Now it's 75 pounds, so you're not gonna be running up and down the stairs with it, but you can go up a few stairs, stick it in the trunk of your car, put it in the back of a pickup truck, carry it onto a subway or a bus. No big deal whatsoever. Doesn't have folding handlebars, but you know what? I think with a robust, heavy scooter like this, I don't know about folding handlebars. I kind of prefer not to have them folded so that I get the stability when I'm riding around. And then to put it back up, there's you just pull it down, lift, and snap into position, and click. And I'm off to the races. So 2 huge thumbs up. Something I absolutely love is the folding mechanism on the Cunfon. Dual 1200 watt motors in the fastest setting on the scooter. Let me show you how fast this thing actually goes. I'm not gonna go right to the top of the speed line, but I'm gonna count it off and give you an idea of how powerful it is. 40. 0 to 50 kilometers an hour, really fast. Here we go. We're gonna do a little loop around the park here and showing off how good it does. Dual motors on grass, trail, mud, hill. Here we go. It's awesome. Alrighty, from standing start, here we go. Dual motors.
The Hill of Death.
Oh, he's eating it up. That is crazy good. So what don't I like about the Cunfon dual motor? Well, 2 things. Number 1, I was gonna say something about the IPX, but Eric behind the camera actually mentioned to me, IPX5 is actually pretty good. IPX4 is actually the baseline for electric scooters. So IPX5 means you can ride around and splash a little bit of water and you're not gonna have to worry about it. The stem height, however, if you're 6 foot or above, this is gonna be a no bueno. Like, this is not gonna work for you. It's just a little bit too low. I'm gonna put the measurement exactly how tall it is right up here on the screen here, but I'm finding it okay at 6 feet tall, but I wouldn't want to be any taller. Also, I love the fact that it has turn signals, but because you can only see them from the sides, and if you're a car coming from behind, you can't see them, they're effectively useless. And they're not on the side of the stems, and they're not at the front. But they're trying. I did mention that the horn is a little bit obnoxious, but in reality, I mean, it's such a powerful scooter, you might be riding around with cars. And if that's the case, that's actually going to be kind of useful to have. It might just be able to get the attention of a car going past you. The last negative is the controller. Now, as I said, it's got oodles and oodles of power, but it is a square controller. And what that means is that when you give it the beans, you're getting all the beans. It's really tough to feather the power into your acceleration. So, but then again, you know what? It's a cheaper alternative, right? I mean, you're gonna save a lot of money by getting something like this. And if you can tolerate a little bit of pulling on the arms, then great, you're gonna have a super powerful electric scooter. But if that's not for you, then you do need to look for a slightly better controller. Sine wave is probably gonna be what you need, and that's gonna increase the price. I flipped it around so I can share with you what I do like. What I do like is the oodles and oodles of power. And also with that power and with the stability of the frame comes a weight capacity of, wait for it, 440 pounds. That's huge. If you weigh 440 pounds, or if what you're wearing and everything on you comes up to 440 pounds, you can actually make this work. And that's because of that 1200 watts times 2 motor. Both those motors are cranking out the power, which is just extraordinary. I do like the display. That display, as I showed you earlier, it's so beautiful and clean and clear and full of color, easy to see in the daytime, and at nighttime it just it lights up like a Christmas tree. I love it. I love the app. The app is really, really clear and concise. It shares with you exactly what's going on with the scooter. And I like the hand grips. The hand grips are really nice as well. Tires are 10 inches, super comfortable, and to have a suspension at this price point, that's pretty awesome. Final thoughts of the Cunfon dual motor. Well, first of all, huge marks for the fact that it's got a weight capacity of 440 pounds. I find that absolutely extraordinary. Plenty of power. Those dual motors rocketed me up the side of the mountain. Sorry, that's the side of the rocketed me up the side of the hill of death. No problems whatsoever. That is crazy good. Handle grips, it was super comfortable to ride around on. It's not a deal breaker having a square controller, because what I found was that my thumb was able to just, get the hang of it. It got the hang of it after about 20 or 30 kilometers without any issue whatsoever. Lots of deck space. Love that folding mechanism. 10-inch tires, really comfortable suspension. Overall, 2 thumbs up from this big guy.
Big guy approved.
Cut.